What's up, everybody? Welcome to another installment of Faceless Political Mumbo Jumbo. I am you, you are we, and we are all. Wake up, everybody, wake up. And I don't usually do this, I have to apologize in advance because I am eating, but it's been a while since I did another installment, and I just wanted to get it done. But in the process of that, you're going to hear me eating my dinner. So, my apologies, people, but we've had definitely some crazy stuff going on since I had the last installment, and I had to get on here and talk about it. This is really just going to be a free flow installment where we talk about the craziness that is the USA and how we have a complete idiot, fluid ridden, cankle ridden, tiny hand, bad makeup wearing, fool in clown in chief running this country, and how people in this country have been duped and are, honestly, at this point, I'm convinced that are just brainwashed, and just goes to show how ignorant as a country we are, that we could elect such a tard and have him in office. And now we've got this tard actually trying to make everybody forget. I mean, my question really is, how bad must these files be? How bad must the Epstein files be? Because when you have somebody that tries to glorify a podcaster, let's just say it, a podcaster, to the point of the fact where you want to try to have a star of a television network removed for not even really saying anything. I mean, really didn't even say much. But you're that vindictive of him because he talks about you all the time. But you want to try to throw your weight around so much to where you want to have him removed from a network for saying something about a glorified racist. Again, podcaster. That you want to use that to the point that you are so desperate to get people to stop talking about these Epstein files that you want to turn this guy into some type of fake ass hero of sorts and have flags held half mast. I mean, anything to create so much of a crazy conflict to get people to stop talking about the Epstein files. Because if we're really honest, this whole big fiasco, as you could tell when the reporter asked him about how he was doing after the death of this person, he just went on talking about a ballroom. I mean, supposedly this guy is everything to him, and the jewel of the country out of nowhere. I mean, a lot of people don't even know who this guy is, but glorifying somebody that didn't even finish college because you want to make people stupid, but was supposed to be the end all be all of Christianity, but yet preaches hate, something that Jesus would never preach. Downing whole segments of people, marginalized people. Again, something that if you were a real Christian, Jesus would never preach. But these people are walking in the steps of Jesus. They're walking in the steps of, I don't know, liars, racist, misogynist, and they want to, gloss it up and say that this is, hold a Bible and say that now this is Christianity. I mean, it's some sick ass shit. We are in a sick, perverted ass world when you would try to you're throwing so much at the wall that you're going to have kids literally get shot the same day. You're going to have a black kid, hung in a college in Mississippi on the campus. And the president of the United States hasn't said shit about him, hasn't held flags half-mast for this murdered individual, or for the countless amount of kids that are shot month after month, year after year, but you don't want to do anything about what's the obvious situation, which is guns in the country. But yet, we're going to glorify this man who said that he would feel uncomfortable getting on a plane to fly if there was a black man that was the pilot. But this is who we're going half-mast for. And actually floating a day, to have a day to remember this piece of shit. I mean, yeah, nobody definitely should be getting offed like that in public, but listen, when you glorify that type of stuff and you say that, you think people should lose, some people are going to have to lose their lives so you can keep certain rights and stuff. I mean, and then something happens. Why are we going to act as if sometimes people don't bring things on themselves by the type of information and the words that are coming out of their own damn mouth? We're just going to negate the fact of what this dude was saying and preaching to people. So, I'm like, now what? If any other podcaster dies, we're just going to fly the flags half-mast, create a day for him. Not to mention the day that they wanted to create was George Floyd's birthday, after the guy said he was a scumbag. The same person said he was a scumbag and watched cops kill him, and said that the cops should, not have to face any consequences for doing what they did. That's the type of person that the whole quote-unquote leader of this country, the felon of this country, is saying that people should be supporting and people should be in such, so upset over, so broken up over, should be so upset. But then, if you can be the person that sits up there on national live TV and tell the whole American public that a marginalized group of people is eating cats and dogs, and then stupid ass people go out and vote for him anyway after he says some crazy shit like that in public, then, why would you not think that you can glorify a piece of shit because he supposedly, was talking about the Bible but not following the words of the Bible? I mean, this guy, we're living in crazy times. Very crazy times. And if people don't realize that he's trying to screw everybody, fuck everybody, take away the First Amendment. Everyone's so up in arms all the time about the Second Amendment, but when you realize that people don't want to let you say what you want to say, and there's no freedom of speech, what are you going to say then? You got whole networks that are now basically trash. Can't listen to anything they have to say because unless you're peddling lies and crap like Fox, then, they don't want you to hear it. This guy, meanwhile, Fox has a whole broadcaster on TV saying that people should go out and kill the homeless people for being homeless. People should just go out there and just kill them. And yet, he still has a job and is still on the air. But Jimmy Kimmel can go out, be comedic, but be honest and truthful about the subject he's talking about. And because somebody is butthurt and they know they're a liar and their feelings get hurt, they want to try to have him removed from TV. And that's crazy. If an artist cannot create art, what the fuck are we doing? And then this guy wants to get up and live in front of all these leaders of these different countries and tell them that their countries were hell and that there's no global warming. And I mean, just a complete idiot. And then lately, he wants to just out of nowhere, no facts behind anything, like he never has any facts behind anything else. He's going to say that Tylenol is responsible for autism. I mean, this guy. I mean, can we just flush him down the toilet already? The country needs to just flush him down the toilet. They really need to flush him and Stephen Miller down the toilet because Stephen Miller is the one behind all this shit. He's pulling the strings. He's the puppet master to Captain Kankles, who is the ultimate puppet. A willing piece of shit, white supremacist puppet who wants to take everybody's rights away. But, I said in the last installment, we have a Supreme Court that is in the tank and basically responsible for all this crap for the most part. And even after the Orange McFlurry is gone, there's going to be some real debate about what to do with the Supreme Court because they have completely. I mean, they're not even a real court. I mean, they're just not even. They're just like they don't have any real. They don't abide by laws. They just make up the laws as they go along. And this country is in a state of disarray, and we're just on some bullshit. To the point, I had to disown somebody I even knew over posting and talking about this crazy shit of somebody dying that talked all kinds of negativity about his own ethnic background, about people that fly planes that this person was also affiliated with. And, these people are just drinking the Kool-Aid. But it goes to show why they want Americans to be, how they're feeding off of the ignorance of this country. And people are starting to really see how that proximity to whiteness is just a made-up construct. Because Hyundai definitely found out. They fucked around and they found out. People want to try to cozy up to it until it bites them in the ass. And they ended up getting bit in the ass. I mean, the largest ICE raid that we've had so far. And they took these people that come here to help this country. And the thing that's so rich about it, that's so good rich about it, is that they're in this red state, this red Republican state, which is where you get the worst of the bullshit. They come here to help this country, help this state, provide jobs for these stupid ass people. And somebody else that wants to be affiliated with MAGA calls ICE. Is there any checking going on? Does anybody do any research before they go make this raid? No. No research. They just roll up on these people to this facility, arrest all these people, put them in leg irons, handcuffs, and then not only that, take them and strip search them, put them in jail, and feed them shit. But at least South Africa flew a plane out here, chartered a plane and had South Korea chartered a plane and, brought their people back. But this is what happens when you try to cozy up to people that are on some bullshit. When you're just trying to have that proximity to whiteness. And then you see what happens. And they show you just how they don't give a fuck about you. And they show you just what they really think about you and your people. Even though you're coming out here with putting billions of dollars into an economy. And that's still the treatment that you get because you are not one of them. I mean, if this doesn't make people wake up, I don't know what will. I don't know what it's going to take for people to wake up. And should they? And you know what? They really shouldn't. Anyone knows anything about the Asian culture knows that respect is a huge thing. And disrespect is huge. And when you disrespect that people in that culture, it's all about the culture. And when you do that type of thing, it's just like, a lot of times there's no coming back. So all those people that they did that to, I mean, I hate to say it, but, we should face the repercussions for it. No, I don't hate to say it. As bad as it's going to be for the state, repercussions must be had. People need to pay for the inhumane treatment, the cruelty, the divisiveness, the racism, the bigotry, the ignorance of voting outside of their interest because what they thought was going to be good for them, what they thought was going to keep them safe, because they thought that a proximity to whiteness was going to protect them. But these people are here you go, you see, out here to provide jobs for all these people, rounding them up, and just treating them like trash. Were they going to take them to Alcatraz? I want to know about that. But people are real quiet now. I noticed that nobody's really saying anything about it. They're being real quiet. Once they get caught doing some dumbass shit, people don't want to say much. But yeah, they should pull all their shit out of Georgia and say fuck you. When the next person comes into office, then we'll start. We'll go back and we'll go ahead and bring some business here. But if you want to disrespect us and disrespect our people, we're not doing business with you. Since you think everybody else is a hellhole country and a shithole, and that other people shouldn't be allowed to go there because they're just, what did he say? What did he say? Something about like making the blood dirty or changing the blood of the country, some crazy shit. Yeah. They say, you know what, our country, our money doesn't have to, or our people don't need to be there. And you can have the same dumbass, ignorant blood in your country that's already there. figure your own way to make money. You stupid ass racists. I mean, that's really what they should tell him. But that's where we're at. That is where we are, people. It is very obvious that this motherfucker's health is in the shitter. Oh, not to mention, did we forget about him throwing out stuff out the White House window? I mean, it's just constantly crazy shit. People throwing trash out the window at the White House. Who knows what was in it? Because we all know that he was caught burning files and stuff before in the White House. So who knows what exactly were in those files. But, yeah. People need to wake the fuck up and realize that this man and his cohorts are doing nothing but trying to take this country, tank the dollar, have people locked up in prison camps so they can be doing slave labor and working, I don't know, I guess, out in the fields picking the crops and stuff. Yeah. That's about all I got, people. That's about all I got today. But like, comment, and subscribe. I just wanted to get on and talk about the craziness that we have going on in this crazy country that we're living in, which is again why he wants to keep people stupid and why he says he loves the stupids, because those are the people that are still behind him, backing him up while your groceries are going up and everything else is going to be going up. I'm just looking forward to the holidays because, yeah, that's when shit's going to be getting real. And people are going to really start seeing things in a different light. And you're going to have to see if you still want to praise the orange, cankle-ridden, fake Jesus. On that note, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next installment. Stay woke.